Hi everybody and welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Greta and I'm the dietitian at John Stoddard Cancer Center. So I've got one more great recipe for you to end off 2025, and it is a sheet pan recipe. So everything's just going to cook all together on one sheet pan, which I love. And it's for a maple harissa chicken recipe. So I have right here on my sheet tray, I have about 2.5 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. You could do bone in if you wanted to. I kind of like the simplicity of the boneless, skinless. I went ahead and I seasoned them with some salt and pepper on both sides. I can show you right here. Seasoned on both sides. It's a nice big sheet tray. And now we're going to add to that about 1.25 pounds to 1.5 pounds of butternut squash. So I made this recipe about a week ago. So it takes about a half of a regular size, medium to large size butternut squash. I cubed up the other half of my butternut squash. I had a big one. So I had some leftover. I cubed it and I went ahead and I put it in my freezer knowing that I was going to do this again. So I'm just going to add that to my sheet tray. And I'm going to cut up a little bit more too. Wasn't quite as much as I wanted. So what I'm going to do is I have this little baby butternut squash. And I'm just going to take the skin off. I just kind of go around it. You could use a peeler too if you wanted to. And I just take the skin off. Sorry, you're going to see dogs today. It is freezing outside. So they get to be in with me today. They are not pleased. Alright, into my compost bowl. And we're just cutting these into about 1-inch size cubes. So I'm going to go kind of like that way and that way. I also have my oven preheating at about 400 degrees. So I can throw this in as soon as I have everything on here. Just like that. I know it seems like a lot of chicken, but I like having the leftovers to put on salads during the week. So I went ahead and made the whole thing. If you felt like if you're making it for just 1 or 2 people and you didn't want to have a lot of leftovers, you could cut it down. I don't know, that looks pretty good. It's pretty nice and full. I might go ahead and do this little piece. It's pretty small. And there's seeds in the middle, so it won't be much. There we go. Might as well use it all up. I'm just going to cut around my seeds like that. Then I'm going to take a spoon. This is my favorite trick. I just take a spoon and I just spoon out the seeds into my compost bowl. Like so. Save the seeds and roast them. Sometimes I give them to my chickens. My camera falls over. It's because there's a cat jumping around right now. Great. Everybody's joining in on the video today. Oop, that's my oven saying it's ready. That piece is pretty much all seeds. Rid of that. Yeah, that's all seeds. We'll get rid of that piece. Use the best bits. So, that one was seedy. Okay. that's our squash. So the next thing we have to do is make our marinade. So I've got a little bowl here, like so. So key star ingredient, harissa. So harissa is a Moroccan red pepper sauce. It is mildly spicy. It is very minimally spicy. So you don't have to worry that this is going to be too spicy. So we're going to do 2 tablespoons of my harissa. Cat's about to get a warning. Kitty cat, get down. All right, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Our other star ingredient, 100% pure maple syrup. 2 tablespoons of that. And we're going to do about 1.5 tablespoons of soy sauce. Just like that. 2 tablespoons of water, which I have sitting right here for me. 1. Gotta go in after it. 2. Perfect. Then we need 1.5 teaspoons of cumin. I picked a teaspoon that doesn't fit into my cumin container. That was not very convenient. All right, 1 and a half. 1.5 teaspoons of paprika. You know me, I like smoked paprika, so that is what I use. You can use sweet paprika. If you want some heat, you can use a spicier hot paprika, just like that. All right, the last thing we're gonna add is about 3 cloves of garlic. We're gonna need to either grate this garlic, very finely dice it, or you can put it through a garlic press. So I'm gonna work on my garlic, and we're gonna come back and I'm gonna show you how to put this marinade over everything. So I'll see you in just a few minutes. Okay, I'm gonna show you what I did with my garlic. So I have 1 clove left. And smash it good and get the skin off of it. And then I chose to use a microplane. I do have a press, but I chose to use my microplane. All right, so here's my bowl. So I just took my clove and just grated it with my microplane. If there's any pieces that were too small, I'm just knocking them to the side. I'm gonna go ahead and chop them. But this gives us a really nice consistency that you're gonna get the garlic all the way through your marinade. Great, great, great. Watch your fingertips. Don't want any grated fingertips. I get it down to the point that I can't hold it anymore. I'll call that yummy garlic into my marinade. There it goes. All right, and all the other little bits, I'm just gonna run my knife through and chop them up. You don't need to sacrifice any fingers. Smells so good. Just marinate all by itself. And if you've never looked for harissa in the grocery store, it is actually very readily available. It's easy to find at most grocery stores. Good enough. Throwing that all in. Lots of garlic. It's going to give this lots of flavor. All right, I'm also gonna add one more thing. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt because this is the only chance for my veggies to get salted. So I'm just putting a little salt in too. Take my spoon that I had sitting here. Give that a stir. All right, and then we're just gonna pour this marinade over all of our chicken and our veggies. Then there's a little bit of marinade residue in the bottom. We're gonna add about a cup of edamame. I'm using frozen edamame. And we're just gonna pour that into that bowl and let that get the rest of that flavor of the marinade that's sitting in the bottom. Perfect. I'm gonna set that aside. We're gonna add those later. I'm gonna go ahead and toss my marinade and my butternut squash and my chicken. I'm gonna get it into my 400-degree oven for about 30 minutes, and then we're gonna come back and I'm gonna show you the final step. We'll see you then. Okay, it's been 30 minutes, so I'm gonna show you what my chicken looks like. So all the juices from the chicken are starting to incorporate with the butternut squash. So sitting right here, I have my edamame, and I'm just gonna spread that into the sheet tray with the squash and the chicken, like so. Show you what that looks like. All right, spread out evenly. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this back into the oven. I'm gonna give it another like 10-15 minutes to get this chicken nice and golden brown and finished. And when we're done, I'll come back and show you what it looks like. See you then. I am back, because as you can see, my chicken is done. I even took its temperature to make sure that it was 165 degrees. There is a beautiful layer of this deliciously flavored juice to toss everything in. The edamame's cooked. Chicken looks perfect and it smells so good. You could top it with some fresh chopped parsley or cilantro, serve it over some brown rice or quinoa, and you have an easy sheet pan dinner. So thank you for watching and enjoy.